Hey, what's up? What's up? Joe in Vegas here, back with another review. I haven't done one the last couple weeks. It's been slow around here because of Christmas season. I think a lot of the big tours were pretty much done, so everybody can be home with their family. So I've been going to a lot of comedy and residencies and things like that I've seen a couple times, so I didn't feel like I needed to redo another review. So it's been kind of quiet, but last night was New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's to everybody. Hope everybody had a good time. There were a couple big shows on the Strip. For me, it wasn't even a question. If I was going to go out, the Killers at Cosmo was exactly where I wanted to be. And I wasn't going to go at first because tickets were pretty expensive. They did something. I don't know why they did it. I guess I know why they did it, but I'm surprised. A band like that, that's a very fan-friendly kind of band, what they did was the venue at the Cosmo has a big floor. And then there's a bunch of seats up. It's called the Chelsea. A bunch of seats and a second level and I think even a third level. So they didn't sell any of the seats. They only sold the floor to fans. They kept all those seats as giveaways for high rollers to get people to come in for New Year's Eve, which I was very surprised. So obviously the show sold out really quickly. The only tickets you can actually buy were floor general admission, which is fine. That's kind of where you want to be for the Killers. But what it did was it was a very limited number of tickets for sale, so it caused them to get pretty high. They were going for, with the fees and everything, about $600, something like that. I got lucky. I got it on StubHub with the fees. It came out to like $430 or $440. So I got lucky. I got it on a little dip, but it's still a lot of money for a ticket. But I got to tell you, man, this might have been one of the best shows I've ever seen. I don't know why. Sometimes just the stars align. Is how, you're the right level of drunk. They're the right mood to play. You won money in the casino going in, so you're in a good mood. Like, everything just aligned for me last night. And it was a perfect show. It was such a good show. I saw them a few months ago. They played T-Mobile. Cosmo, being in a smaller venue, it always feels a lot more intimate than a larger arena or stadium. They're doing arenas. But I don't know what it was. Brandon was on fire. He just sounded great. He looks great. He always does. But there was something a little extra last night. It might just be me. I don't know. The set list was perfect. I'll get into it. They start with My Own Soul's Warning, Interlude, Spaceman, Jenny Was a Friend of Mine, Smile Like You Mean It, Shot at the Night. Then they did After Midnight cover. I'm not sure why, but whatever. Running Towards a Place, Human, Somebody Told Me, Sleepwalker, Boy, For Reasons Unknown, Dustland Fairy Tale. Then he did the Elvis cover of Can't Help Falling in Love, which was so good. So good. Runaways, one of my favorite songs by them. Read My Mind, awesome. Dying Breed. Then they did all these things that I've done, and it went into the countdown. Show started late. Show started at 10:30. There was no opening act, so they started late so they can be on stage for the countdown. They did the big countdown, the confetti, and all that shit, and then they did the Auld Lang Syne, to Old Acquaintances, that song, and then Mr. Brightside, and they closed out with When You Were Young. I don't know. It was so perfect. There's something cool about that place too. It's important to kind of know, not important, but the floor at the Cosmo has some weird hydraulics or springs to it. I don't know why they did that. I've never seen a place like that before. So when you go to a show, especially like the Killers, where the music is bouncy, the music is an upbeat kind of beat, and everybody's just jumping, the fucking place bounces like you're on a trampoline. It's a crazy feeling. It feels like the floor is about. If you don't know that's going on there, I could see people being there for the first time and thinking the floor is about to collapse. It feels like it's about to give away. It's a really interesting feeling. I saw it was New Year's Eve actually, like 3 or 4 years ago. Foo Fighters played there, and I remember seeing Dave Grohl look to the side of the stage where his wife was, and he starts motioning like this with his hands that the whole floor is going up and down, and he's like, "This is crazy," and it's a really weird feeling, and it's funny because I like to take pictures and video. And I was trying to get pictures, and it was bouncing so much, I couldn't get. Everything I was getting was blurry or bouncy or whatever. But it shows you how much they're fans. I mean, they got great fans, the Killers. They really get into it, and it's great. So I was on the floor for the first couple songs, and then just because I couldn't get any pictures or videos, I kind of snuck up. So all those seats they had aside for the VIPs and the high rollers, a lot of them were empty. So it's a real shame that some fans couldn't afford it, and then a lot of those comp seats ended up being empty. So I don't like seeing that. I'm surprised they did it, but it's Cosmo. You know, that's how they get people in. It's a business. They pay the Killers a lot of money so that people, you know, they can give away the tickets and lure people in for the weekend. So anyway, there's not a lot to say about them. I mean, I did a Killers review not too long ago. I love them. They have slowly become one of my favorite bands. They are so good live. I've probably seen them 6-7 times live. Every time I'm more and more impressed. He is a fantastic frontman, a fantastic lyricist. The band is great. Ronnie's great on the drums. It's just a fantastic show. And I don't know why. Again, I don't know why. It just might be me, and that's how this shit works. But for me, everything was lined up perfectly. I had a great time. I'm going to give this show a 9.9 out of 10. I don't think I've ever given a 9.9 to any show. Maybe one. I've given a 10 to the Beatles Love Show. But this was as close to perfect as you can get. It was just great. There's nothing to say. I wish I could sit here and make this longer and this and that. Nothing really happened. There wasn't any like, oh, this is really cool. This happened, and this, you know, they sang this that they never really sing. I don't know how often they do the Elvis cover of "Can't Help Falling in Love," but I do believe I heard them play it here before. I think it was the night they opened the T-Mobile Arena. I kind of remember them playing it here, but. Either way, the Killers are the best. They're just the best. I'm doing a review just in case anybody out there, you know, is a big fan and just wants to hear what the show was like. It was perfect. Nothing weird, nothing exceptional, nothing bad, nothing, just good rock and roll. Good rock and roll. It was worth the money. The $450, worth it. I remember that day I'm thinking, maybe I shouldn't go. It's a lot of money for a ticket. And then walking out, it wasn't even a question. It wasn't even a question. They're great. If you ever get a chance to see the Killers, go see them every single time. They will not disappoint. That's pretty much it. That's it. Happy New Year to everybody. 9.9 out of 10. I was really blown away last night. I still am. I'm still recovering from it. Happy New Year. I'll see you at the next show. Thanks for listening. Subscribe and comment. If you were there, leave some comments. I always want to hear what people thought of it. Bye-bye.